Hey guys, Rambling Man Moto here. I want to give you an update on my issue with transferring the extended warranty on that Indian Roadmaster that I purchased. I'll link at the end of this video to the original video I made about what happened. But just to do a brief recap here, I bought a used Indian Roadmaster. The guy selling it, going through some health issues, told me he couldn't remember if he had an extended warranty, but if I did, just go ahead and take it, sort of thing. Okay. The same day I buy it, I go on Indian's VIN search tool. Hey, great. There's an extended warranty, I think till like 2030 on the bike. Great. Same day I call a dealer, say, hey, can you confirm if there's a warranty in place? Why, yes, there is, over the phone. Hey, can I transfer it? Yes, we'll do that right now. Clickety clack, clickety clack. They charge me $80 for it, even though Indian's marketing is there's no charge for transfer. I paid it, was told it was transferred. Great. And I have a screenshot from when I did that saying warranty was in place when I transferred it. Okay. Then clickety clack, I was in my own profile about, I don't know, 2 weeks later, and I noticed says I have no warranty. So this led to me contacting Indian corporate and the dealer. Dealer says he doesn't understand why it wasn't transferred and he's going to look into it. Indian tells me that they keep two databases, one that the public sees, including the dealer, and one that only Indian sees, like a matrix. And that their file showed no warranty in place, but they acknowledge that the one we looked at might have shown it because they're not always accurate. But in all of that, Indian took the stance was, tough luck, there was no warranty to transfer. I appealed a couple of times and I got nowhere. In fact, they blamed me for not working out with the seller of the bike and tried to disclaim any responsibility. And I'm like, I used your VIN tool. Indian corporate refuses to deal with transfers. You tell us to go to a dealer. I did exactly what you said. What's going on? They refused to do anything. This bothered me. Well, I tried to run that up the chain of the command. The dealership was very nice, offered to sell me one at their cost, which frankly, who knows if that really was the case. And they just kind of washed their hands of it, said they weren't going to push it any further. I did two things. I filed a Better Business Bureau complaint. To me, those are always worthless, but other people will see them. And just as I thought, it looked like those directories got routed to the very same people who were involved in this decision. They cut and pasted their same response back through the BBB. And that was it for them. Then I decided, you know what? I think this is an unfair trade practice. I think it was deceiving. I think they provided wrong information. He who acts through another acts himself, as the legal theory goes. Their dealers told me they transferred the warranty. So I filed a complaint with the Attorney General in 3 states. The states don't matter, but I filed it in 3 states. One of the states was taking a little more of an active role investigating it. And they kept in touch, said they got in touch with Polaris and would let me know. Well, it looks like it took about a week for them to get the response before they gave it back to me. So they had a response from like a week ago from Polaris. I just got it today. And this response landed with the Polaris legal department. And the signature line is from a paralegal who sent it to the Attorney General's office, who then sent it to me. To me, their response demonstrates exactly why they should honor this warranty. But I'm going to walk you through, rather than read it verbatim, I'm just going to tell you what it said. The legal department laid out that, well, they had nothing to do with the sale of the bike. That was a private party sale involving no dealership between me and a private party. Yeah, we all acknowledge it. See, they're trying to introduce that as if they did nothing wrong here. They had nothing to do with the transaction. Well, as far as buying the bike, that's fine. And keep in mind, the guy going through health issues was like, I don't remember if I have a warranty. If it does, you can transfer it. All right. But when it comes to transferring an extended warranty, the only way to transfer the extended warranty is to go to a dealer. If you call Indian, because I've done it, hey, I want to transfer an extended warranty. They'll tell you they used to do that at the corporate level, but now they have made the decision you must go to a dealer. When you read the extended warranty wording, it actually doesn't even really say the buyer or the seller has to be involved. It uses the word seller has to transfer the warranty, but the way it's worded, the seller in that case doesn't mean the seller of the motorcycle you're buying. The seller is the authorized party who can sell Indian extended warranties, which is the dealer. All right, so June 19th is the date I bought the bike. June 19th is the day I looked on Indian's website, have a screenshot. June 19th is the date that I call an Indian dealer and say, hey, there's an extended warranty. He agrees, he transfers it, he charges me. The legal department's email acknowledges all of those dates and says they even called the dealership where I transferred the warranty. The dealer acknowledges he charged me. The dealer acknowledges he saw that there was an active warranty. The dealer acknowledges he transferred the warranty, but the dealer said he doesn't know why it wasn't transferred. Okay? Days later, on June 25th, the seller of the motorcycle, the previous owner, he decides to call a dealership where he bought the bike, a different dealership, and say, hey, was there an extended warranty on that bike? I can't remember. That dealership tells him, clickety-clack, why, yes, there is on that VIN. And they give him a prorated refund. And in their email, they say they had no reason not to give him a refund because he was the owner of the contract. No, that's simply not true. And their own dates follow that their dealer told me he transferred the warranty. I did it per the way they outlined. If they weren't happy with the way we did it, their problem is with the dealer. So they walk through these dates, they acknowledge everything I just said to you, and then they end it with they had no reason not to give the prior owner the refund as he was the owner of the contract, and that any disagreement is between me and that guy. I don't know about you guys. Can you believe this? I'm kind of blown away by their response, frankly. They could give this extended warranty. It may never cost them anything, but instead they are choosing to take this, to me, a very odd stance where they acknowledge that their dealer transferred the warranty to me. The dealer has said he's not sure why it wasn't fully transferred to me for some reason. They acknowledge that they gave a refund after the transfer took place and then wash their hands of it and say none of that's their fault because this was a private party transaction between me and that guy. That warranty was not his to get a refund at that point. That warranty and the record should have been assigned to me, not the prior owner. It was transferred. It was done. Now, when I transferred the warranty on my Indian Springfield, that dealership gave me a printout that had now my name on it with the dates and a service contract. And when I asked this other dealer, hey, I got this from the other time I transferred at a different dealer, do you guys do anything like that? And the guy was, nope. It's in the system associated with your name and with the VIN. And when we pull the VIN up, it'll show it. You don't need anything. I would never believe that anymore. I would always press to get it in writing. But in this case, their legal department has acknowledged that their own dealer said that he transferred it and doesn't know why it wasn't. And then they wash their hands up saying they did nothing wrong. I just think this is shameful. I think they ought to be embarrassed that their own legal department laid out these dates. They laid out what happened and then say, not our fault. The prior owner was going through a late stage cancer diagnosis. I'm not mad at them. Hey, they were selling assets, including, I think, their house because of the situation they're in. I can't blame him for calling up trying to remember if there was a warranty, but he did it like a week after I bought the bike. The warranty had been transferred, in my opinion. And it wasn't their warranty to remove from my account and transfer. I really am not happy with Indian's handling of this. And you guys ought to be aware, if you're dealing with Indian on this stuff, their previous stance was those two databases. But in this case, their previous stance was there was no warranty to transfer when I transferred it. And now their own legal department confirms that their website was accurate the day I bought the bike. I did transfer it correctly per their process. They gave a refund on a transfer to the wrongful owner at that point. It's that simple. And when I've transferred other warranties, neither one involved the prior seller or prior owner of the bike. And many of you on some discussion forums have said the same thing, that you bought a bike and realized there was an extended warranty. You paid a dealer, they transferred, or you asked a dealer. Some of you got charged, some didn't. And you went to a dealer, nothing involving the prior owner. So clearly their own process doesn't require the prior owner to consent no matter what they say. The contract actually just says you have to go to a dealer and have it transferred. That's it. I did that. Shame on Indian. I'm hoping they're going to do the right thing and step up. If they don't, I'm considering kind of next steps because it's really just bothering me. So be on guard. This is Rambler Man. I'll see you on the road on my uninsured bike.